Welcome to 5 Minutes, your quick dive into the wide-ranging world of insurance, technology, and leadership. I'm Miguel Edwards, and I'll be your guide as we explore these topics that are transforming not just the insurance industry, but the business world at large. Along with sharing observations I've made over the span of my career in insurance, technology, and operations, I'll be chatting with some of the brightest minds in business and leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or a rising star, an industry expert, or just curious about how technology is revolutionizing insurance, this is your perfect spot for your weekly dose of insights. This is 5 Minutes. There's something you said that I'd never heard before, and it's striking, and I'm going to have to sit and think about this for a little bit, but that, your low is never your lowest, and your high is never your highest. I'd never really thought about that, and imagine all of the people, myself included, who have these anchor points that are artificial. They're artificially self-imposed. Mm-hmm. And that could be good and bad, right? In terms of, holy cow, this horrible time that I'm going through, it actually can and probably will get worse in some other point in my life. Mm-hmm. Let me be thankful for where I am. This highest point, well, let me give thanks for where I am, but you know what? I can go further. I mean, I'd never really thought of it that way. That is an absolute fantastic piece. And the other one that you also talked about, and I kind of wrote it down in my own words, but when you start blaming other people, you're putting the power in the wrong place.
Yes.
You're giving people power they don't deserve, as opposed to saying, I have control. I love this, Rosa. You've already inspired me. We're 15 minutes in and forget it. I feel like I've got advice for life. It's amazing. You touched a little bit, Rosa, on just some of the challenges that obviously you see, if not for yourself, but you see other women face in the workforce. You have mastered a career not only in technology, but in a data space as well. In my career in insurance, first off, that you don't run into an awful lot of women just in general, especially not in leadership positions. Now if you start layering on technology, you notch some down from there, and then you layer on data on top of that. Mm-hmm. Talk to me a little bit about what you have at least observed and seen from that perspective, and what advice do you give to women in the space who are looking to just be as successful, to reach that higher high? What advice do you give to them as you think about how you've lived your career?
I would say it's the same advice that I give to anyone. And the reason is, I think I see everybody can use the same advice, not just women or not just in technology. Okay. And I think everything starts by recognizing, we need to understand our natural talent and also the things that you can learn, right? The things that you can learn just by practicing and getting good at it. But also the things that you love doing. And I think in this field especially, you need to love what you do. Otherwise, you might accomplish things, but if you just learn, let's say, how to code or how to do, some data solution or architecting, it will be average, and you're not going to enjoy the results as if you really love doing. And that goes for anyone that is in this space, because it shows in the work. I see it when I do, let's say, sometimes code reviews, or when I go to, let's say, someone, I just look at their system. I like to do that sometimes. Just look at their system and just look at the data. And I don't need any input about the business. I don't need any input on how the database connect, the tables connect. I just like to take a look and I can figure it out, right? So that is something that I enjoy doing it. And it is good because I think it also comes like some people, they have this flow with the logic. Some others might be more like, let's say, calculator, like they can follow step-by-step approach, and they're very good at it. Right. So, and I think technology actually have a space for both. You have for ones that, is more efficient in this way, and then you have another one in which is more efficient in this way. So I think the combination is you need to I really don't think you can be great in these fields if you don't like it. Like, let's say, even if you don't love it, you at least have to like it. And I would say like it, because, and I've seen many people in this field that they really hate what they do. They hate it. They do it for the money. And they're thinking that, they're just going to do it for a certain time and then leave. So, anyone is free to do whatever they want. I don't think that we should spend our life doing something that we don't like. So, that's a lot of hours a day. And it's a lot of things that if you have to be thinking negative things and stuff that you don't like, it will go to the rest of your life. You will go to your personal life, to your kids, to your spouse. It's just going to reflect. So I will say this field is great for someone that have a curious mind, that likes to continuous learning, right? It's very difficult to be in this space if you learn one thing and that's it. You think it's going to be forever. So I think it's very important to have an open mind.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.